Public sector employees are held to high standards for obvious reasons. After all, they form the machinery through which the government serves its people. A professional and effective public service is important, not only in terms of the delivery of government services, but is also critical in ensuring that taxpayers' monies are not wasted. In short, governments are simply handicapped without public servants. In fact, there are no menial or less important public sector jobs. Every single tier in the public sector hierarchy is important.
Guyana's public service is the muscle of public administration. The public service serves the public good. It ensures the efficiency and efficacy of the delivery of public services. It is responsible for advising and assisting ministers of the government. It is responsible for implementing government's programs and projects. It is responsible for delivering public services such as defense, education, health, infrastructure, security, telecommunications, and other services to the population at large. It is responsible for executing public policy which is intended to benefit our entire people. The public services work is enhanced when it is supported by a system which ensures respect for the principle of meritocracy and a sturdy bureaucracy.
From early on, President David Granger recognized the vital role of the public sector and committed to building a public service that is well-trained, professional, and unbribable. Today, this quest is more important than ever as Guyana prepares for first oil and to become the hub of the Caribbean with its overwhelming oil and gas potential.
Guyana's development demands a proficient, professional public service. Public servants are essential to the country's administration because they exert direct and daily influence on the lives of Guyanese through various official agencies, boards, commissions, departments, and ministries.
The public sector will see an increase in the demand for proficient, efficient, and professional public service. Citizens' access to public services such as public education, public health, public infrastructure, public security, public telecommunications, and social services require the existence of an impartial public service. When President Granger took office in 2015, he established the Bertram College of the Public Service, which has been tasked with the molding of persons interested in joining the public service into efficient professional employees of the state.
The decision to establish the college was not hasty. It was not whimsical or fanciful. It was calculated and deliberate. It was predicated on the need to develop professional public service. Guyana's development demands the existence of a public service, and public service must possess the education, they must have the motivation, and they must be the organization to enable them to provide the services our citizens need. Simply walking off the street and passing a job interview can't be enough. You can't be walking the street one day and a public servant the next day. There's got to be a transition process, as the Permanent Secretary explained. You can't walk off the street one day and fly a plane to New York the next. You have to be trained. You can't walk off the street and carry out some brain surgery the next day. To be trained. Similarly, you cannot deliver the quality public services this country needs by simply walking off the street one day and calling yourself a public servant the next. This is not to make life difficult for you, but this is to make life better for the public.
Reliable public services inspire public trust and create a favorable environment for human safety and for the functioning of businesses, thereby contributing to well-functioning markets, economic growth, and consequently, a high quality of life.
This function of the public service can only be effectively realized on the basis of complete integrity and without fear, favor, partiality, or prejudice, and delivered by a cadre of public servants who are guided by the principle of administrative neutrality. That is, with devotion for the success of every lawfully elected administration. However, the public service to operate and deliver service in an administratively neutral way, it has to be established firmly on the basis of merit, transparency, and justice, with a full assurance of protection against any form of victimization or discrimination.
The Bertram Collins College has been revamped based principally on the findings and recommendations of the 2015 Harold Lachman Commission of Inquiry report. The government has considered the wide-ranging report and plans to implement the 89 recommendations made therein in 3 phases to make the public service more effective and subservient to the needs of the Guyanese people.
We were very happy with the work done by Professor Lachman and his team, that we express the gratitude of the Guyanese people to Professor Lachman and his team, and that we undertook to implement the recommendations that were made in 3 phases. In the first phase, there are matters which can be done now, matters which can be done in the midterm, and matters which can be done in the long term. The immediate short-term matters which have to be dealt with, we have started working on those. The establishment of this staff college is an important feature of the report because it addresses the way in which we see our public service.
Students are trained in 17 subject areas in a format that includes 6 months of classroom training and 6 months of practical instruction. Among the courses being taught are quantitative methods, accounting and budgeting, introduction to the environmental management and conservation in keeping with Guyana's push for a green agenda, social studies, language and communication, aspects of Guyanese history, information technology, introduction to public service, the economy of Guyana, customer service and ethical considerations, creative thinking and problem solving, stress and anger management, the legal system of Guyana, leadership skills for public servants, and local government systems in Guyana.
We had everything that we needed to know about the public service because we had different courses about the rules and regulations of the public service in terms of timing, contracts, different things. And we also were exposed to like subject areas like creative thinking, history, and so in the sense that you were prepared and you were just that you need to come and actually fulfill it and experience the public service at hand.
The lectures at the college were very helpful, specifically those the customer service lectures, which help you to be better able to communicate with persons and interact, especially when you're serving the public.
While at Ministry of Public Infrastructure, I've learned to prepare contract documents for the execution of civil works. That's construction of bridges and roads. I've also learned to prepare correspondence for projects, improving my letter writing skills, payments for contractor. Also, I've gained knowledge on the work of a civil engineer and the different types of engineers within the ministry. Their job is very demanding because they have to go beyond the call of duty to get their work done on time and at a specific budget. I've had the experience also of site visit to Bertram, and I would have seen how difficult it is to get from one place to another within time because Bertram is like 12 hours away from Georgetown. So I just respect the work that they do there.
So what are the lectures and activities at the Bertram College prepare you for your intern experience?
The theories taught at Bertram College of the Public Service boosted me in expecting what I should do as a public servant and what is expected of me. The theories also that we learned, one of it is customer service representation, and with that we learned on how we should treat customers internally as well as externally. We also did creative thinking and problem solving. That helped me in dealing with cases, dealing with the public.
In 2017, after being out of operation for more than 2 decades, the Guyana Public Service Appellate Tribunal was restored with a 3-member team headed by retired Judge Nandram Kisoon. They were sworn in by President David Granger.
The Public Service Appellate Tribunal is an essential element in the system of public administration. It is a necessary mechanism for ensuring the professionalism and fairness in respect of promotions and disciplinary action in the public service. It affords public servants recourse, other than through the courts, to challenge unfair and unjust promotions, dismissals, and other disciplinary action by the Public Service Commission. The Public Service Appellate Tribunal, therefore, as an adjudicatory body, promotes professional integrity and morale by offering guarantees for timely redress for aggrieved public servants.
Article 201(1) of the Constitution vests the Public Service Commission with the power to make appointments to public offices and to remove and to exercise disciplinary control over persons holding or acting in such offices. Members of the public service are the backbone of most, if not all, government offices. They are responsible for ensuring the smooth functioning of public agencies. Their service to the country is invaluable, and the government of Guyana is fully cognizant of this fact.